I'm Kaye and I'm a late bloomer.
If you've been following my vlog, you know that I traveled for nearly 3 weeks back east to see old friends and meet new friends and share their inspiring stories. Well, guess what? While I was gone, my garden got out of control. So it's taken about 3 weeks to get it back in shape. Now this is Memorial Day weekend and a perfect time for a look at the garden. Here's the trapezoid bed 2 months later, and that humongous thing is the volunteer cabbage. It's completely blocked my path.
It would take 2 more weeks to convince myself to take it out.
You know that voile I used to protect my cabbage? Well, it only works if it's really covered. I've got a couple of promising cabbages, but this is what happened to most of them while I was gone. Worms. And once they're in there, it's a field day. This new beet bed is a raging success. Wow. 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 Beautiful. I return and my Salsify is absolutely covered with white powder. All that has to go into a garbage bag.
The roots suffered as a result. The same thing happened last year, so that's probably it for Salsify.
The weather has been unseasonably cool, and June gloom set in by the end of April. These conditions are rife for powdery mildew, which has affected my roses, sunflowers, even my California poppies, which I love. All that had to go.
The sun was just peeking through the gloom as my helper Eric shoveled them out. This is all, this is not contaminated, and this is completely, the ones that are silvery looking are completely covered in powdery mildew. The nasturtium had about run its course on the opposite side. Hairy vetch had returned on the parkway. It adds gorgeous color to the garden, and it is a nitrogen builder, but it's very invasive, so that had to go as well. The bolted wild arugula was halfway across the sidewalk, but it's a bee magnet, so it stayed. It was Judgment Day for the monster cabbage. Other plants were suffering while it blocked the narrow path. The problem was, it was a volunteer that had grown up through the hard soil of the pathway and didn't want to let go. I couldn't pull it out. I took off a few leaves, but I wanted to try my new bypass pruners to cut the stem. But it was too thick. Eric gave me his saw, and I got the job done. I removed a borage plant just as large. Okay, this is a disaster. This was my best cabbage, and as I get in here to investigate, as you can see, absolutely covered in aphids, worm damage. Yikes. Wow. Well, I fed the aphids and the worms while I was gone. Only 2 were worth saving. At least I got the path cleared so I could tend to the squash and volunteer cherry tomato.
From birds and bees to aphids, cabbage worms, grubs, and my resident lizard, the late bloomer garden has been home to a host of critters. I operate with the belief that the bees understand I am providing lots of flowers for them and that they allow me to pass through and get in their space without stinging me. So far, it's worked. They love the umbel flowers. You see how all the little flowers contribute? It becomes like an umbrella. That's called an umbel. And bees love those for some reason. They can just kind of walk across all those flowers and just forage very quickly. Some of you asked for an update on my worm towers, and the early results are in, and I'm very impressed. And my peppers in pots were the beneficiaries. Check it out.
So all this came out of the worm bin? The worm tower? It's definitely working.
See? See? Beautiful.
Okay, I want you to put one worm in each pepper plant. Okay, so put it in the pepper.
Call it. See?
All right. Wow, that's a lot.
That okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that Caribbean red habanero needs it.
That okay?
Yeah, put it in there.
See? Ooh, beautiful. Ooh.
Then we watered with fish fertilizer all the worms into the pepper pots, and refilled the worm towers with more kitchen scraps and used paper towel. Okay, that's probably enough water, don't you think?
No, we need water for working.
All right.
Okay, that's it.
For good measure, I sprayed all the pepper plants with Epsom salt spray. This has become my absolute favorite flower in the garden. It's Mexican marigold, and we're going to do a scratch and sniff. Smell that. Right? And it's not just the flowers. You just bump up against it and just, wow. I just want to point this out. This is a radish. This is what happens to a radish if you let it bolt. And look at all the flowers it provides for the bees. And look at these radish seed pods. I used netting over my sunflowers to deter the local wild parrots, but that seemed to wilt the blooms. This may be my last year to grow tall sunflowers. The parrots are up there wanting that's a parrot right there. Wanting my sunflowers. There they go. I'm trying some new varieties of squash, like this cocozelle, sort of like a striped zucchini. I don't remember buying these seeds, and I don't remember anyone sending me these seeds, but I absolutely love these little squash. I hope this is the way they're supposed to look, all bumpy Actually, this is a gourd I'd forgotten I'd planted. My friend Joe sent me the seeds.
Ooh. There are 10 episodes left in season 5. If you have a special request for something that you'd like to see on Late Bloomer that I've missed or that you'd like to see more of, please let me know.
I will definitely have an update on how my 40 peppers in pots and 16 tomatoes growing in wood chips did this year.
Also, I have a plan to have a kids episode. I want to feature all of my young Late Bloomer fans. So if you have a young one that watches Late Bloomer with you and loves it, please contact me and I'll arrange to get a clip from you. Don't you think that would be fun?
I blew the kiss to it.
Aww. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up and share with a friend. And if you haven't checked out my vlog, I hope you will. I share inspiring stories of gardens and gardeners. I'm Kaye, I'm a late bloomer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy Memorial Day. Of course, by the time you see this, it'll be like... Oh, right.